Also in this race was Justin Gatlin. He got third, ran 10:03, and there were rumors that um, his 10:0 that this was going to be his final race. We thought it was going to be in Switzerland, but then he signed up for this 100 in Kenya, and he's quoted saying that he has yet to officially retire. Basically, he is leaving the door open for a return in 2022. Something that originally he planned on never even considering. Right, he was planning on
Yeah.
retiring in 2020 for the Olympics. Makes sense to push it to 2021 because of pandemic. But now he's basically planning on adding 3 years, I guess 2 extra years to his career because of pandemic and because now he's like, oh, I'll do one more.
Yeah.
So, do you think this is a good move? Do you think he has enough to be relevant in 2022 to kind of end his career on a high note, or do you think this is the best he's going to get for where his body's at? Again, he's going to be 40 next year, so
Listen, he ran this year some 9.9s. I think he can get back to 9.9s next year. I think he's coming back. I think he's coming back,
yeah,
barring he blows a hammy out in training or something in December. And he's going to come
yeah,
back. Because if you're going to retire, you're going to retire now. I think his desire to compete at a home world championships is only going to increase during the offseason. He's going to look back at that trials race and he's going to say, hey, I could, I could have qualified. I could at least get in the relay pool. I think he wants one more Team USA experience. And maybe for him, that's the goal. I don't think he'd ever say it publicly. Hey, I'm just here to get in the relay pool. But I think that that's a realistic possibility, working himself into the final and getting on the relay team. And also, hey, we talked about before, breaking 10 at the age of 40, that might appeal to him as well, too. You put the over under on this one at 10. You thought the success would be sub 10. You got pretty close to it. 10:03.
yeah. I mean, I guess it makes sense for him to keep going. That's the thing with elite athletes; they never feel like it's over. They're just
Yeah.
like, "Hey, I just need one more good
Mm-hmm.
training session, and I'll be ready to go again." Because they've had the experience of being a 9.8, 9.7 type guy, right? So they lived that world, so they think they can always get back to it. And it's just wild that he was so ready to retire in 2020, and now he's going to
Yeah.
go all the way through 2022. It's just kind of crazy how that
Yeah.
works. An extra two
I
full
would be
years.
surprised. I would be surprised. I just think the longer you go without making a decision, there's always just one more meet. And listen, I had that proposed top 7 last year or for next year. If Coleman runs, this is the US champs final 7 potential. Bracy, Coleman, Curley, Lyles, Baker, Bromell, Bednarik. You throw Gatlin in there. I mean, that's pretty star studded, right? I don't, not to say
Yeah.
that's going to be the 8. That may only end up being half those guys that actually end up being in that final, but it just adds another name in there. And if you said, hey, Gatlin's going to, if, would it surprise you if Gatlin ran 9.95 next year and got 6th at USA's? Is that anywhere near the realm of surprising? It's not for me.
No, yeah, that kind of makes sense in a way. Let's clip
Yeah.
that. We'll save this for next year. And he runs 9.95 and gets sixth.
Like the Devin Allen sub 13 clip. Just, it should live
Yeah.
on forever. Like, I think he's going to do that. Cut the part where we said what year, just put it right before he did it in